Hello and welcome to episode 22 of my Creativerse Let's Play tutorial series. This episode will be on showing some of the wonderful tips you guys have been leaving in the comments. There is of course a risk that I may not cover them all. For some of them it's because I may have tried them and not seen the desired result or effect, or it could be that there's been an update which has changed the mechanics of the game. To give you an example, I want to say thank you to Noel or it could be Noel, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but basically they said that if you plant your crops and you log out and log back in, the timers reset back to 5 AM and your crops go to full growth. I did try it, but it could be that there's been an update which has changed the mechanics behind that, so I didn't actually see that working, but thank you nevertheless for sharing with us, Noel. Thank you for taking the time to leave a comment and for trying to be helpful. Even if your tips don't work out, they're still appreciated. I'll still give them a try. Anyway, so let's try the first comment in my list, which was from Dragoran, and he mentioned with update R40, which was a little while back, about a week ago, there's a temporary code that we can all use to redeem in the store, and it was for 14 days. So I'm recording this episode on the 4th of April 2017, so that means you still have 9 more days in order to put this code in. So let's try it and see what we get. Hopefully nothing that's gonna attack me or kill me, not that I imagine they would give us a present of that nature, but let's see. So if I press the escape key, go to the store and click redeem code, and the code that Dragoran said is R40. Now I'm going to do it all uppercase. I'm not sure that it's case sensitive, but I'll still do it all uppercase. So R40 time. As you can see, it was released with patch R40. So let's redeem. And we get a Rainbow Nator 5000. The Rainbow Nator 5000, shower your friends in rainbows and death at the same time. So let's okay that. Let's go back to the game. And of course I'm playing on my own, so I can only shower myself in rainbows and death. But let's have a look. So you click on it in your inventory and then click claim. And okay, so we now have this. Let's put it on my hotbar. Oh, so it can't be used in the quick slots. So you can be used against creatures. Let's find a creature then to test this out on. Here we go. A little pixie. So you pull it in your toolbar there on the bottom right, press the tab key, up it comes. That looks really cool. And it does a bit of damage. Oh, I like that. So yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Dragoran, for sharing that with us, because it's all about sharing really, isn't it, at the end of the day? And that's really cool. Of course it's going to take damage and eventually expire, but we can all have a bit of fun with our Rainbow Nators 5000s. Thank you very much, Dragoran. Right, moving on. Next, I want to mention a tip, a comment that was left by Llewellyn. Now Llewellyn, like Dragoran, leaves lots of comments and they're always helpful, without question. So let's go up here. Okay, now what Llewellyn said was about the queen bees. So if I go into my pocket, when you harvest honey from the trees, you occasionally get queen bees, you may have noticed. And you can see that it says can be planted. So I've done a little experiment. Now Llewellyn said on 3 or 2 blocks, which have to be, well, in my case what I'm using is cragwood leaves, as you can see, but reading the wiki it says you can use wood as well, certain woods. I'm just going to demonstrate using cragwood leaves. So what Llewellyn said is place down a tower of 3 or 2 and then put your queen bee on the top. What I've also done is a tower of just 1, just to see if it works with just 1. Also I've demonstrated, just to make sure that because I'm putting it on glass, I've also done one over here on stone. Now for this to grow into beeswax, because that's what the bee does, the bee will give you up to 6 blocks of beeswax, but it takes 3.5 hours real time for them to grow, but they do grow whilst being offline. So I only planted these an hour or 2 ago, so we're not going to be seeing them in this episode, but I'm hoping to show the results of this in another episode, and that'll be a good one. But anyway, let's just quickly then do another one. So I'm going to use cragwood leaves, and I'll put this one over here, and I'm going to put it just here, not too close. Remember, when doing this, all around it has to be clear, has to be free. If there's leaves or trees next to it or buildings or anything, it will block the growth. So do it in an empty space where there's a clear area around you. So I'm going to put down 3 and then a queen bee on the top, like so. Let's walk off. So there you go, just put down 3 blocks of leaves and your queen bee at the top. It takes 3.5 real-time hours in order for it to grow into beeswax. So I'll show you that another episode. Thank you, Llewellyn. Thank you so much for continuing to follow my ramblings through all my episodes. You really are a very lovely person, for all the comments you make and all the help you give, and even your honesty of when you slate me when I do something wrong, because you know what, the only way I'm going to get better is through your constructive criticism. And thank you, Llewellyn, for being a very honest person and a very helpful one as well. Right, okay, so that's what Llewellyn said. Excellent tip for your queen bees, so now you know what to do with them. No, I won't bother closing that. Okay, so let's go down here. Next I want to mention another tip from Dragorin and Tessa, two very, very helpful people that definitely, like Llewellyn, enrich my channel. In fact, all of you do. All of you that leave your lovely comments or simply, you know, just watch, you're giving your support, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, what did Tessa and Dragorin say about farming? Let's show you. First of all though, I want to quickly mention a comment from Veloci, and I'm going to be showing another episode with Veloci, a comment that Veloci left. A very, one of my favourite comments that has been left indeed, and I'm going to be showing you why in another episode. I am going to show one of Veloci's tips hopefully in this episode. It depends if there's enough time for my waffling. But anyway, what Veloci mentioned is crops, after they've been planted for over 24 hours, if you don't harvest them, they go from being ripe. Remember in the other episode when I first showed you, they said ripe. If you leave them for over 24 hours, they turn into grown, which confused me when I first logged in today. I thought, why do my crops not say ripe? Has there been an update, and has it changed from saying ripe to fully grown? Oh, bugger. Never mind. Forgive my language. So anyway, that's what he said, and basically he mentioned the fact how it changes to grown. So thank you very much, Veloci, for that. Made then sense to me why it had changed to grown. Also, Veloci mentioned that if it does go to grown, you'll get less of a harvest from the crops. So what I'm just going to quickly do here, without trying to rip up all the bottom blocks, I know I shouldn't be using my diamond, I should be using the weakest mining cell, but I'm going to need the diamond one in a moment, or at least obsidian. to show you what Tessa and Dragorin have said with regards to farming. Okay, right, so let's show that. You should not be using water for growing your crops on a farm. This is what Tessa and Dragorin have both informed me of, and I most appreciate what they've said, because at the end of the day it was excellent tips, and that is that instead of using water, use mineral water. The reasons for this is because not only will it grow in a not only will the mineral water, just like water, supply a 3x3 tile, it also speeds up the growth of your farmland. But they also mention something else that's very important, and that is don't put your mineral water on the top level, put it one down. The reason for this is because it will go one block adjacent. So I've not tried this yet, so I'm going to try it now. So I'm going to go one block down, and we will see in an instant the benefits of this. We'll also see if it works. If I can manage to get down in this hole, which it don't look like I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's put dirt back there. Okay, let's jump out. And now what I'm going to do is fill this with mineral water instead of water. So let's grab the mineral water. And again, what I'm going to do, it does a 3x3, but I'm just going to do it like this. You just have to make sure it's all fills up, you know, so it all goes to the top. There we go. Right, okay. So now what we can do, the benefit of this, alright, I've wasted that water at the end, but you know what, I don't care because it's unlimited water. Now what we can do, because that's one down, we can put a layer above it of dirt. Now we can get our hoe. And we can do the 3 tiles above. Oops, did I do? Yeah, I did do that long enough. So we can do 9 tiles now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this water, so we know that this water is not, oh dang it, is not affecting where I'm growing. Oh, I'm making a right mess of this, but then you know what's new. It is what it is, as they say. Okay, so let's just empty this of water if I can. No, I think that's all the water gone. Right. Okay, so there's no water now over this. Oh, well, there's a little bit there. Okay, there's no water now over this side. So let's now plant the crops and see what we can see. Okay, so there you can clearly see without a shadow of a doubt, because all the little sparklies are coming off these seeds, they are all close enough to the water source, and because it's mineral water, it will speed up the growth on them. So how cool is that? Thank you very much to Tessa and to Dragorin for pointing that out. Now I've done all the way along this row, so let's just do this whole row. And thank you, Tessa, for pointing out that the main use for food is for pets. And yes, you guessed it, I am going to do an episode on pets. And my dear viewers, it will be a good one. because I've been looking it all up. Oh, there's the timer. Let's just plant down some more seeds. Oh, have I used them all up? I guess I have, so I'll have to do the rest off camera. But there we go, that's how you can do your farming. Thank you very much, Tessa and Dragoran. Okay, I wanted to show one last tip that Veloci said, but what I'll do is I'll do that in the next episode. He's given, just like everybody else, I mean, the people I've mentioned this episode have been people that have made tons and tons of helpful comments that are always excellent, and Veloci is most certainly one of them, and so I'm going to show a couple of his tips in the next episode. They are also excellent. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.